Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. The leaks are going crazy for Foot Birthday Team number 2. We finally figured out who that big SBC is that was leaked earlier in the week. All I know is we're all going to need a lot of fodder for the content that is upcoming here in the next couple of days. Plus, we have official evolution cards for these three players, Barbo, Gervinho, and Dumbia, and a little bit of information on how they're going to be implemented in this game tomorrow, and a market that's continuing to get cooked. My goodness, player prices just keep dropping, but it's not looking good for the rest of this weekend too. There's a lot to discuss today, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Now, some would say that the content during Foot Birthday hasn't been its best recently, and I would not disagree, but yesterday felt like a step in the right direction in SBCs and evolutions specifically. Let's talk about what we got yesterday, starting with the Nick Pope flashback goalkeeper card here, only an 84 and 85 rated squad. For this keeper, 5-star, 5-star, long ball and footwork plus. He doesn't have a lot of other playstyles, which worries me for how meta or how good he will be in the game. But for that price, needing 84s and 85s and probably some 83s that we have plenty of in our club right now, how can you say no to doing this SBC? Does he get into the team is really the question mark. Like, I'm looking at this card, I'm looking at Team of the Year Casillas in my team, and I'm like, I don't know if he really gets in over him, but it's a fun goalkeeper card for 5-star, 5-star for 50K. A fun card to try that a lot of people are probably just going to do because it's super cheap. And why not, right? That's what I think when I see this SBC. Why not? Now, of course, as expected, guess what's dropping? A lot of goalkeepers on the market. Tim Howard from 130K down to 80 to 90,000 coins. Other cards like, I think Pickford's card went from 70K to 40K as well. Huge drops on goalkeepers. You could invest in some of them that dropped off a lot. Just make sure you probably go with icons and non-Premier League players, because if you need a Prem goalkeeper in this game over the next 14 days that this is out, this is going to be the card that you're going to see. Let me know in the comments if this is a good card, if you've used him, if he actually can make some saves. He's been an overpowered keeper in the past FIFAs. Of course, that's what's made him a FIFA legend. But is he good in this game with playstyles and stuff like that? That's what I'd be curious to know. Now, the other SBC set that we had yesterday was the Gakpo versus Murphy showdown for the Cup final this Sunday. So that means there's a time crunch with this SBC. It is only out for a couple more days. You have to get it done before then. And with a lot of SBCs coming and so much fodder that we're going to need, this one, as I'm thinking about it, might not be completed for me. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Newcastle fan. This card's tempting, though. 5-5 quick step and power shot Gakpo. If you remember his Winter Wildcards SBC, it was very good. I can imagine this card's very, very good as well. Of course, what's on the line here is a +2 potential upgrade. Whoever wins is going to get a +2. I think the price of this SBC is fine. I think I like better the Gakpo card, and he's obviously the most thumbs up card on Footbin compared to Murphy, because Liverpool would be favored to win. You know, maybe off the last Champions League result for them, that wouldn't be the case, but I still think they're favored to win. This Murphy card doesn't look bad either. If you want to do him and back Newcastle, it is fun to have some skin in the game for a cup final with a card that gets upgraded for one side, or maybe you could do both SBCs and win either way. But for me and my fodder right now, with the other cards that we have leaked, I don't think I'm going to be able to do either of these SBCs, even with the 83, 10, and 14 that are out. But for 250K, I think that card would be that price, especially with the potential of going to a 92. That is not a bad price at all. Now, speaking of places to put lower rated fodder, we had the 88 plus campaign pick that was re-released yesterday. I mean, it was an 87 before last week. Now it's an 88 plus. This is one of the best places to put your extra 83s, 4s, and 5s, guys. Right here, an 83 and 85 rated squad with an inform. I got 92 Team of the Year honorable mentions verts from this one. This one's basically free with the menu grind on this game right now, and the 83, 10, and 14. The daily gold packs, don't forget about those. And of course, the 82 combos and the 80 plus picks. I said I liked the 80 plus picks yesterday, but the 82 combos actually gave me more cards that I liked in higher rated fodder yesterday. So I'm switching back and forth between those. Now let's go to Evolutions, where we finally had the return of the training camp Evos. I guess EA finally fixed it up here. 50,000 coins, more paid Evos inside of this part of the game too. 9 days to wait to get the upgrade. That's the negative part about this. But the positive part is the upgrades that you get stat boosts on the cards, +5 shooting, +5 passing, dribbling, pace, defending, and physical. So basically a +5 overall all the way around. But it fits a lot of cards, and you do get a skill move boost, +4, of course, up to 5-star skills. Trickster Plus is a part of this upgrade too, but for me personally, I'm not super interested in it, which is why I think I'm going to wait on doing this Evo. Now, once again, if you do not remember, you have to actually start these Evos in the companion app or on the web app. You can't even search them here. Like, I can't try to see who would fit it. It's unavailable for that, so make sure you search that there in your club and get those Evos started as soon as you want, or maybe a little bit later. I think there's actually a really good shout for some chains if you already have a 2 Playstyle Plus card. If you don't want Trickster Plus, which I necessarily don't, find a 2 Playstyle Plus player that you can create through a chain that would fit into this, and throw them into this training camp Evo. Yes, you can't use them for 9 days. That's the most annoying part for sure. But look at some of the pace boosts that you get on a card like Araujo in the backline boss, 5-star baller. You don't need all of these other Trickster Evos in here to get him to this boost. If you could just get him into the 5-star baller, get him to the 5-star, 5-star, and then put him into this, that's a pretty good looking center back card. Even Teo Hernandez fits this one, the gold card, or maybe a previously evoed version that you have of him that would still fit the requirements of the late to the party evolution. So I think that one's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool options to come out of that. I'm going to personally be waiting on it for a chain where I don't necessarily get Trickster Plus. And that's also how I'm viewing this Evo, the versatile goal scorer. 2 50K Evos were dropped yesterday. Again, one's in training camps, one is a regular evolution. This one gives a 5-star weak foot, but not a skills boost. You get Trivela Playstyle Plus. But best thing about this Evo is, the best thing, is the stat caps are above 90. 92 pace, you can go above 90 in the shooting category as well. And even in dribbling, you can get some pretty high stats. I love that. And it's 50,000 coins, which isn't too much. It is a decent number of games. You get some playstyles in here like Power Shot. You get the weak foot boost there, as you saw. You get Trickster regular. You get Trivela regular. And, of course, you get Trivela Plus at the very end. Target Forward Plus Plus, as well as Advanced Forward and Poacher Plus. Now, obviously, the thing we like about this is some of the big players fit in. Like Cruyff, who I had put into the shooting Evo, fits into this, goes to 92 pace, 93 shooting. Like, that's cracked. Now, personally, I don't think you need Trivela Plus to be good at Trivelas in this game, and that feels a little bit of like a waste of a playstyle to me. That's a little bit picky for sure, but personally for this one, I would also like to put a 2 Playstyle Plus player into it so that you don't necessarily have to have those 2 Playstyle Pluses, like this in Kunku. This is one of the best cards, in my opinion, that comes out of this evolution. He's already got Incisive and Technical. He's already got some decent playstyles. He gets added the Trickster and the Power Shot, which helps out his card for sure. And look at those stats. 92 pace, 91 shooting, 92 dribble. There's no wonder that this card is up a ton from where he was. He went from yesterday at like 60,000 coins. He went all the way to 140K. Now he's about 115 to 120. That's a sick Evo right there. There's a good amount of cards that look really, really good in this one, as does Lionel Messi. Guys, the Lionel Messi evolution here might be better than the one we had earlier in the week. He goes to 5-star weak foot only in this one. So if you want a 5-5 Messi, make sure you incorporate one of those Cup Evos or another one of those evolutions that doesn't boost the rating, but does boost the skill moves. 89 pace, 91 shooting, and 5-star, 5-star if you give him that boost with Trivela and Technical. That's still a very, very good Messi card. If I pack gold Messi, he might be going into this Evo right here for sure. Now, again, there's a lot of options in this that look really, really good. Griezmann, Gold, Hyunmin Son, the Tammy Abraham. Actually, if you guys have seen, if you did the rush objective, it came and went pretty quick. But this Benteke card, after going into this evolution as well, looks like a very unique item. 92 physical with shooting and pace also at 92. There's so many cards that look really good through this set of evolutions. Personally, still, I'm going to wait on a chain for this one, but I like the boost here. It seems really fun. I love the above 90 stats and the players that you guys are already creating from this. You've already sent me a bunch of them in like Twitter DMs and stuff like that, Twitter mentions, and also on like PSN messages. I know this is creating some really sick cards, and that's what I like about it. I feel like 50K is a fair price for this, for the requirements and the boost that it gives. It's a better price for upgrade ratio, I think, than some of the other Evos we've had during Foot Birthday. So, absolutely absolutely love that. Good Evo content, good SBC content yesterday for sure. I want to mention something in objectives here because I think there's going to be finally those EMLS Cup Pro live upgrading cards are going to be in the season pass today, allegedly. But this is something that comes out this weekend. There's actually going to be a cup final that we can watch for some rewards, but there's just more objectives for watching the pro events here in this section of the game, as well as a brand new team of the week, which of course includes more cards that we could get excited to evolve. Like for me, Christian Pulisic with finesse, Declan Rice 88 rated. That can already fit, I believe, into the anchor evolution that would give him either bruiser plus or intercept plus as a pretty good card there. Crazy dynamic image for him. EA with the banter. Barcola looks good here. This Roma center attacking mid, the young Dybala or Dybala regen, as some people are saying, looks good. Hudson-Odoi, 88 rated, looks primed for a good evolution too. So that's what Team of the Weeks are recently, is just more players that we can evolve with ratings that are still fitting into Evos. Now, last thing before we get into the big news in Foot Birthday Team 2. Yesterday's content was capped off by a 30 coin pack in the store. And also, EA started to drop. Remember those store packs that we looked at? We knew were going to be coming out that included more of those cosmetic evolutions. Yeah, it's like now you can go to the store. We knew this was coming, right? We looked at the pack code. But now you can go to the store to buy another one of those retro cosmetic evolutions, right? We had the 3 FIFA designs in the evolutions cosmetic section, and here we have it again. Now this time there's a pack involved too, so it's a lot more expensive. 50K for just the card design in Evos, 180K for the card design plus the pack. But FC point value, man, I mean, just looking at it like this, that's very little FC points compared to coins. EA is going to make a lot of money off of this. It feels weird because it's like you're doing this for the Evo, but then also there's a pack on top of it. So I know a lot of people are going to do it. It feels weird for me. It feels more like a store pack. I'm not going to buy that one. I'm going to stop myself here at the 3 cosmetic Evos for sure. Now, if you are using points on these Evos, feel free to use my link down below in the description or my code on the PC app. But, man, the EA is really trying to monetize these evolutions crazy. And I love the retro ones. I love these in here. I think that's worth the coins, and I think that's sick. But man, there's a lot of paid Evos at the moment right now. I know you guys are noticing that, and we're talking about it a lot, but you just got to be careful because you can really get into a habit of spending if that's something you do. I always think the best way to play is free-to-play RTG, 100%. Everybody will tell you that that is the best way to play, but there is a lot of options right now. EA is really tempting people to spend that dough. So just be careful with that. I wanted to mention that in today's video. It looks different nowadays than it used to. It used to be, oh, it's only packs in the store. Now we have evolutions to kind of talk about in that regard too. But let's talk about the big news and the leaks, because it starts today before we even get into the Foot Birthday leaks and that big player SBC, which if you've seen the thumbnail, which you have because you clicked on this video, you know that it's Yaya Toure. But it all starts today with a brand new season, and we're going to learn about some things Foot Birthday has to offer in Team 2 from the season today. Let's start with this. Firstly, Season 6 today. Of course, as a lot of you are watching this, the season will already be out. It's all about memory lane, nostalgia, throwback favorites, and even with some of the leaks, you can kind of tell what players are going to be in the season pass today. Also, it's going to be Saudi League. We already looked at one leak earlier that's related to the Saudi League. But let's take a look at the cards that we think are going to be in the season pass today, or at least I do. Kimpembe and Renato. Talk about some FIFA legends. FIFA 22, Kimpembe, Renato for the past like 4 or 5 years. Those are official stats for some pretty crazy cards in the season pass, guys. That Kimpembe with Anticipate and Bruise, or Aerial and Bruiser, sorry. I'm sure he's got Anticipate regular. 91 defending and 92 physical. I don't know how long it'll take to get these cards at what level, but those look really good. Long ball and Incisive Renato Sanchez. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to evolve that Di Maria card that I still have in my club because I need some links to him. He links to Ronaldo as well. That card looks sick. I want to try that card out for sure. I think these guys from the season pass because that's how ASY has leaked it. And also, those are FIFA legends, as EA was mentioning here. Seems like they'd be a part of the season pass. Now, of course, we're watching out for this Alawayrin, and he's got 3 playstyle pluses. Really interested to see what level he is compared to those cards, and how many cards have 3 playstyle pluses in the season today. Of course, we're looking for a bunch of packs and a whole bunch of interesting things here in this new season too. I'm curious to know how long this season is, how many levels, because you would imagine this is going to take us to around the team in the season time point in this game, maybe a little bit further. Now, let's talk about the other big news. On this little image here in game, of course, it's Doumbia, Gervinho, and a Barbo. That's, of course, not coming today. These cards are coming tomorrow on Friday. But what we do know is how we're going to be able to get these cards through evolutions. Guys, it has been leaked. The official cards, the Roma trio, we know what they're going to look like. This is actually kind of crazy. And we knew it was going to be crazy, but it looks pretty good, and we'll talk through it, right? We'll make it make sense. The Roma Trio Evolution, you will be able to get all three players, Gervinho, Doumbia, and Ibarbo. You will be able to choose your playstyle plus from a selection. Love that. Love that. That's one of my favorite things with Evos is when you get to choose the playstyle pluses, whether it's like a player pick to put on a random card or like we saw during Future Stars Academy. Absolutely love that. So what? We have a choice between rapid, quick step, maybe like finesse or something for these. I don't even know what the choices are, but that gets me excited to start off. I guess we're starting with some pretty low rated cards here for Doumbia, Ibarbo, and Gervinho, and then this is what they would be upgradable to, and allegedly this is a free Evo boost. So they're all going to go to 90 rated. I mean, out of those three, look at the state of that Gervinho. Or sorry, the Doumbia. Gervinho looks good. Doumbia, 94 pace, 90 shooting, 91 dribbling. That card looks freaking nuts. I mean, I'm already thinking back PTSD to basically 10 years ago when this card was crazy and everybody was scoring with him and he was all pace and he would just automatically score goals and run past you. That's what this trio did in the old FIFA. That's what makes them legendary. Being so overpowered on their lower stats in game made them crazy, but people wanted to use them, right? Because they were so good. And that's hopefully what we're going to have here as well. The remembrance of that and the nostalgia of that. Those are the official cards. Again, allegedly, it is free. Now, there's evidently, since it's going to be like Maradona, as a lot of these leakers are saying, it's going to be similar to Maradona, where you get that free boost, then you'll be able to take it a step further with the paid evolution. And here from Foot Police says that you'll be able to do all of them. You don't need to pick one. That was one of my biggest worries. Like, imagine you had the 90 rated Gervinho and Ibarbo, and you're like, oh, but I can get a 92 Doumbia, and I can get one good one, but the other ones aren't that good. You would want all three of them to be pretty good, right? It sounds like you're going to be able to spend, which would add up to 450,000 coins if it's 150 per card. Obviously, that's a lot of coins as well. But he's saying all of them should get to 99 pace in the paid Evo. And again, like we mentioned, this is going to have some big market impact because EA is basically saying with a paid evolution here, a free and then paid Evo, you're going to be able to create a player with 99 pace, 3 players. I have a front attacking trio with 99 pace. If these leaks are correct, that's crazy. That's really crazy. There's going to be so much hype for that. You're not going to have to worry about chemistry as well because these are heroes allegedly with their links. Serie A links, of course, with the heroes chemistry as well. It's going to be very easy to link Serie A players, but that is honestly wild, man. I think these are going to be everywhere in teams this weekend unless these leaks are incorrect somehow and they don't end up being that good. These cards, by the way, themselves, if you get to pick the playstyle pluses, those cards right there for free cards, those are still pretty good, but you're telling me we can upgrade them on top of that to even better versions. That's going to be pretty wild. So that's the big thing to watch this weekend, and I'm so glad that we talked about selling cards in the last couple of days, man, because the market, I mean, look at this. If you look at yesterday's video compared to today's and where prices are at, Garnacho was, well, he just showed us 208 there. I bet he's going to be 200,000 coins flat today during Rivals rewards. But the market is cooked. Jude Bellingham was 1.6 mil. He's now 1.3 million coins. A lot of these foot birthdays are dropping, and it's not even just these cards. It's a lot of different cards that are dropping a ton on this game. Even some of the more expensive attackers like a Rodrigo, 2.1 mil. He's still moving towards upgrades. I think that this specifically is going to really continue to hurt the market throughout this weekend on this game. If we're talking market right now for a little bit though, today's Division Rivals rewards, you might be watching this video like, Nate, can I make an investment here? I think that for some of these foot birthday cards, there is an investment opportunity. I really do. I like some of the cheaper ones, if I'm being honest, especially because they double as fodder investments. And I think with the SBCs that we're going to talk about here in a second, I think there's some opportunities for fodder investments on this team. I think the cheaper ones, though, feel the safest to me. Some of those meta cheap cards, like a Thuram, feels pretty good to me. A Duran, he's going to be cheap, but also usable. And he's got Saudi League links, and this whole new season is related to the Saudi League. Chloe Kelly as the cheapest 92 rated card. There's undoubtedly going to be more cheap fodder that gets released during Foot Birthday Team 2, but maybe not as hype players, maybe not as big name players or budget beasts, if you will. I think some of these Foot Birthday Team 1 cards will maybe even stay low during the weekend, and they could be good investments, but with, of course, Rivals rewards today, I would expect some drops to happen. Now, as we take a look at the rest of the market, prices are dropping, and I think the way we want to take a look at the market and watch it is the exact same as last weekend. Remember, guys, a lot of prices dropped on Friday with the promo content, with everything that was coming out with Cristiano Ronaldo. Prices really tanked. Remember, Malin was 418 on Thursday. On Friday, he went all the way down after content to 280. He did rebound back up a little bit, but it took him all weekend to really start to come back up. And that was only after he got a bit of an upgrade as well. Well, he did get an upgrade +1 for being a fantasy card. This weekend, once again, I think it's got to be the rare out-of-pack specials, including the fantasy cards, Foot Birthday Team 1, and Team of the Year cards. Those are going to be the best cards to be watching on this market and the best cards to buy. Fantasy cards still have the upgrade hype. Team of the Years still have the 3 playstyle plus hype. Most other things, just be very careful with, because it's going to be another bloodbath on the market this weekend. Now, another thing that's going to hurt the market, guys, let's talk about the Foot Birthday SBC leaks. As we mentioned, remember we talked about a flashback Messi potential where everybody was starting to get excited for that? Well, yesterday we learned that it's not, in fact, a flashback Messi, but what it is not a too bad alternative. I'll be completely honest. It's an SBC for a player that I have not used in a long time. Ooh, what is that? 890 for Messi. Messi is still down. That's interesting. I have not used a Yaya Toure special card this entire year. And if I think back to the last couple of years, when has there been a Yaya Toure SBC that's been like genuinely really good? This has a chance to be huge. And I think this will be a really big SBC. I'm fully interested in this. And again, my club is like, hold on a second. We just finished the Ronaldo SBC. We just finished crafting CR7. And you're doing all those other small SBCs like I finished Rolfo and a couple of other things. Where's this fodder coming from? That's my mission right now in this game, guys, is to do all the upgrade packs I can possible. Grind the menus as much as I can to get fodder, to be able to get ready for this man right here, because this is going to be, like FIFA Trading Romania says, an insta-complete SBC. Because it's Yaya Toure, he's always a beast in game. Now, a lot of questions. What's his rating going to be? 93, 94, what is it? This is not the official card. What are his playstyle pluses going to be? That's my biggest question. His playstyle pluses have changed on all 3 of his cards this year. Incisive on the base, Finesse on the prime, and then Power Shot and Bruiser on the winter wildcards. Bruiser and Incisive, Bruiser and Tiki Taka, or Long Ball. I think personally something with Bruiser and then a passing playstyle would be great. Or if it's like Anticipate and a passing playstyle, because he's a CM or a center defensive mid, he should hopefully have like Finesse regular, maybe Trivela regular like this card does. But I'm really curious to see what his playstyle pluses are and, of course, what his stats are as well. That's going to make or break the card. But if they deliver like they did with Ronaldo, of course, this card's going to be 5/5. He's a Foot Birthday Hero SBC. That's a given. This is really going to be a big one, man. Now, it's not Messi, but I think it's big enough to warrant a lot of hype and to warrant a lot of our fodder. I mean, take a look at Team of the Year center defensive mid Rodri, who is 4.2 mil and is now 3.8. Or a card like Vieira, maybe not the Foot Birthday one, but so many people still have this Vieira. He's 1.15. What was he yesterday before all this? He was 1.2 mil. That's a card that I think would be even more in danger now that this leak is coming out about Yaya. Center defensive mids, I know a lot of people run the 4-2-1-3. This is going to be a center defensive mid that if you have Vieira, imagine having Vieira and Yaya Toure. How often can you say that you have those two and they've had SBCs in the first couple? I mean, we're more than halfway through the game now. So it's like whatever month we're in, March. We're halfway through the game at least. Yeah, we're about halfway through the game. But still, when do you have the opportunity to say you have Vieira and Yaya Toure as your SBCs? And a lot of people are going to be able to do that. So that's a big one, right? What's that going to do to fodder? That's my next question. I mentioned fodder. It's not going crazy like it did last week for the Cristiano Ronaldo. Guys, if you remember last week, fodder was going bananas because of the Ronaldo leak. It went from 32K, he was first leaked, it went to 42, and then when he was actually dropped, he went to 52,000 coins, as Erling Haaland did, and he's been dropping all week. Now, granted, he's been out of packs. Today, during Rivals, if you need to buy fodder for this SBC or any of the other 3 that we have leaked that are pretty big, I think you got to buy it. I think I like 89s, 90s, and 91s because this Yaya, there's no way that he's less than 2 million coins, right? I mean, if he was, that'd be insane. But I think for the price of this, we have to use the comparison of the price of Cristiano Ronaldo, which was around 2.7 to 2.8 million coins right now. I'm going to guess that it's going to be somewhere in that 2 to 2.5 million coin range for Yaya. Big name player, always super overpowered in game. So that's something I think we really have to watch out for, is maybe buying some fodder today during rewards. Should be a great opportunity to pick up on some of those cards. I would probably stick to gold cards. If you're looking to make profits, gold cards and the fantasies. Again, the foot birthdays, there's going to be more of them dropping this Friday. I think if you're buying fodder for an investment, you want to buy it during rewards today and then sell it Friday after content, after the SBC drops. If you're buying it for the SBC, just stock up the fodder you think you're going to need. I would focus a little bit on 92s as well. Kelly for 48,000 coins is not going to be bad. Really, that's not going to be bad for that rating there. That's only 10,000 coins more than a 91. That's a lot of a rating boost. That's going to help you get some of those higher rated squads done for the Yaya SBC. So that's big. And honestly, for me, it's going to be one that I'm going to do. But when I even see more SBCs incoming like these three guys, I'm like, where am I getting all this fodder from, man? I think that's one of the reasons to buy fodder, because we're going to need a lot of it this weekend. Upcoming leaked SBCs, Mo Salah Player of the Month, that's his official card. Pinged and Finesse, that's going to be coming out tomorrow on Friday early before content. That's a really good looking card. I don't know if he's going to be 4-star, 4-star. I hope that he is. His last Player of the Month was 3-star weak foot still and 4-star skills. At this point of the game, hopefully he'd be 4-4. And hopefully he would have striker position. That looks like a really good card if you want to use a Salah. His finesses are insane. But the flashback, of course, we were hoping for flashback Messi. It's flashback Suarez, which is still good. And also a foot birthday Tevez that has been leaked as well. I don't believe those are official cards. Those are just concepts at this time. Although I do think Suarez might have power shot and either quick step or rapid. Now, Suarez might be a fun one to do. Tevez could be a fun one to do for sure as well. But I'm glad those aren't the two marquee names as a big SBC for this promo. I'm glad Yaya is kind of that big name. So I guess one thing to look out for is if you want to do Suarez or Tevez, specifically Suarez, make sure you get some links. Make sure you do a Messi Evo or get a Messi special card. Like I noticed right there, Messi for 880. That's pretty low. His card yesterday actually jumped up in price after people saw that it wasn't a Messi SBC that was going to be leaked. But still, with the market this weekend going to be really ugly, I still think, and a lot of player prices still dropping, I wouldn't be super crazy about buying anything. I would just be plotting how you're going to build your squad when one of these were to come out, specifically the Suarez there. I hope the boost is good, but I think the most important thing for these three SBCs right here is the price. If the price is too much, then there's not going to be too much interest in them. For Suarez, of course, that there's going to be interest, man. I've been saying from the beginning of the year, this is a perfect time. Suarez is back in the game. Inter Miami links. Great year for a flashback for him. We're finally getting it. Tevez getting an SBC is cool too. Salah as well. But I think they have to be at the right price. They got to be at the right price released as SBCs for us to have some interest in them. But watch out for more leaks. Like we saw a lot of SBCs released in the last week. There's probably going to be more coming during Foot Birthday Team 2. And today's a big leak day. Now, we are also going to see more tweets about the full team that is coming in packs for Team 2. And I want to go through this post because it has all of the names. There's going to be official stats today for a lot of these cards. But Team 2, just to go through this really quickly, this video could be like hours long because there's so much news. But we got some big center back names inside of here. Virgil van Dijk, David Alaba, Kimpembe, and Harry Maguire. Hummels in here as a center back as well. A lot of defenders, which I think I love. Absolutely love this because there have not been that many overpowered defenders recently. I think we need some more of those. The DS in Team 1 was very good. Very curious about Alaba, Kimpembe, and Maguire. Now, Kimpembe, of course, could be in the season today, as we mentioned before. That was up here at the beginning. He could very well be a free card through the season pass. But specifically the Alaba and the Maguire, allegedly the Alaba is 93 rated with 90 pace, 93 passing, and 90 defending. This could be an insane card, especially if he can play in the midfield and at left back and at center back too. We'll have to see. These are the stats of his flashback from earlier on in the year. He was the first flashback SBC of the year. We'll have to see, though, what his positions are and what his stats are. And Harry Maguire, I know, jokes aside, right? This card actually has a chance to be really good in game. If you guys remember Shapeshifters Maguire, or maybe if some of you guys have actually been using the Maguire Gold card this year. I know some people use Harry Maguire's Gold in the Team of the Year Center Back Evo. He's actually a pretty good card. He has some decent play styles to start off. Aerial power header, long ball, and block. He's got defender plus. He's 6'4" and very strong in game. That's a pretty meta looking center back if you ask me. So 92 rated tells me he's going to be at least decent. Maybe not super expensive, but I have some high hopes for that card being interesting. You look through the rest of the team names here. You've got a Gavi, Inigo Martinez, Nico Williams is getting a card, Capdevia, Martinelli, Mateus Cunha, Musiala, Serge Gnabry, Sam Kerr, Swanson, Nakata, Julian Alvarez, Zaire Emery, Cascarino. That's a pretty solid team of players. Of course, it comes down to the boost. They'll all be 5-star, 5-star. We love that. But that's a decent looking team too, in my eyes there, especially as we get some of these league stats today. That would definitely be on the front of my mind, is looking to see how much EA is boosting these cards. So those are kind of all the leaks that we have at the moment. I know it's a lot. It's crazy. We're going to go over it again tomorrow, especially with what we learned today. Watch out for official stat leaks. That'll give us a really good insight into what this Team 2 is going to look like. I know some people may be asking again, Nate, save packs, open, whatever. I would be opening packs right now. I think that Team 1, after those leaks, especially for the icons, I think Team 1 is better. But, you know, you're still going to have a lot of Foot Birthday cards in packs for Team 2. There's probably even more cards that have not been leaked. So I would be ripping packs right now. But if you want to save a couple, then absolutely go ahead and do that. But let's talk about last day of Team 1 today. Before Team 1 goes away, what other content are we going to have besides the new season, besides Division Rivals rewards? We've got one last duo SBC that is leaked. It is the Ethan Mbappe. This card right here, the Mbappe SBC, chip shot and quick step, and then Tiki Taka and pinged for the two versions there. Hopefully he's not super expensive, only 90 rated. That's kind of a fun one. Hopefully EA have some fun with that and make him pretty cheap, just like they did with the Pope SBC. And I would say the Tapsoba as well was recently pretty well priced. And of course, they'll be 5-star, 5-star. So we do love that one. One thing to watch out for today, as I don't expect a wild Thursday of content, but maybe some interesting things, watch out for a new daily play objective. I think it was last Thursday when we had the daily play dropped. So maybe if there's going to be another one for week 2, that would be refreshed today for week 2 of the promo itself. And I really hope we get a crafting objective. That might not be today, but I really hope we get a crafting objective at some point during Team 2 this weekend. I got to finish up the 81 3 of 5 player picks to get those opened with some fodder that we have in the club. I got to do my daily bronze and silver as well. Inside of SBCs right here, I really don't think there's a whole lot that's going to go on today besides the Mbappe and the refresh, of course, of the 8310 and the 83x14, which, since we're talking about those, quickly let's look at informs, because informs usually take a bit of a hit on Thursdays because of the supply, people packing them tradable. But informs, I believe, were selling at 14,000 coins yesterday. Are they back down under 13K now? No, they're still 13.5. 13.5 into the sell for informs is very nice. They're still in very high demand because all the SBCs that are out. So if you got those at 11 to 12K, keep lazy listing at 14 to 15. You'll probably get some sales. And those would definitely probably drop again, though, during the weekend. That was the trend last week. It's kind of the trend every single week. Informs drop on the weekend. So I'm not sure if I'm going to really invest a whole lot today just because I'm a bit worried about the market. Quick flip trades only, but watch out for more leaks today about the Evos. Watch out for the Roma trio. Maybe there's going to have official card stats be posted for them. And specifically Team 2 cards, there will be plenty more leaks for that. That's a long video on a Thursday, but there's so much going on. Let me know what you think about the Yaya SBC and how much fodder you have in your club, if you're going to be able to get this SBC done right now, or if it's going to take some crafting like it is for me. If you enjoyed this video, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Catch you there. Peace out.